Hi, I just want to share with you something about the first four of the Ten Commandments. Jesus said there was two great commandments: to love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy mind, and to love thy neighbor as thyself. And this is the essence of what God wants us to do in all things, is to do things what's right, what's best for others. And with the first four, it is what's best in our relationship with God. And so, the first one is to love the Lord, there's one God, and that you should never make a graven image to bow down before it. Don't take the Lord's name in vain, and remember the Sabbath to keep it holy. And that's the one I want to focus on. Remember the Sabbath to keep it holy. We often look at that, and maybe it's just me, but it's as if, that one doesn't apply to us anymore, or it's outdated, it's not relative, because we don't have to keep the Sabbath. We don't have to not work on Saturday. But by doing that, we miss the whole point of what God was trying to do in the first place. This is where legalism or licentiousness comes in, is where we see a rule and we say, oh, we must follow that rule, but we don't even really see how it's supposed to affect others in a good way. Or we say, I don't have to follow that rule, and we don't think about others. And in this case, we always want to think about God. In these first four, we always want to think about God. And so what God is trying to tell us here in this is, see, God worked 6 days. On the seventh day, he rested. And then he sent Adam into a cursed world. And of course, we're all living in a cursed world where we struggle to make ends meet and we struggle to get by. And so our natural inclination is to just work real hard to keep our head above water. And God says, no, I don't want you to work like that. I want you to be able to trust me, to take at least a day, a time, for you to set aside your worries and your cares, your frustrations, your hard work, and trying to keep your head above water, and trust me, because I did everything in 6 days and I took a day to rest. And so that's what God wants us to do. So this commandment is still just as relative today as it was the day he gave it to Israel, in the point that God was trying to make it to be. Not that we have to stop something on Saturday. In fact, that's a whole nother discussion, that the Sabbath, we can't even keep the Sabbath because it's based upon lunar cycles, and our calendar is not even on lunar cycles. But that being a point aside, what God still wants us to get out of that, what's still the point is don't be running around trying to accomplish all these things and have to get all these things done and not trust in God. God wants you to have faith in him and trust in him that he can provide. Now, of course, you could take that to be lazy, but remember, 6 days he wants you to work real hard, and then on the seventh he wants you to say, look, I've done my part, I've done what I can, and I'm going to leave the rest up to God. And I hope that maybe if you ponder that and think about that, it'll help you in your life. Then maybe you won't feel so pressured to have to get everything done, to have all your ducks in a row at all times. You can just relax and say, hey, something's not done, that's okay, because there's another day and God's watching out for me. So I hope that makes some sense to you. I hope it was a blessing. Thanks. See you next time. Hey, subscribe to my podcast, like this video, and tell other people about it. I would appreciate it.